she's a great player. She's a high IQ player. She adjusted really quickly to this league. Unbelievably quick to this league. And now it's about becoming not just a great player, but becoming a great leader for this team so that we can win not just a championship, but championships. And what does that look like?
Stephanie White, the Indiana Fever's new head coach, isn't holding back when it comes to her vision for the team. She's brimming with praise for Caitlin Clark, calling her a generational talent and the foundation for what she hopes will be a dynasty. But White's not just about compliments, she's focused on transforming the Fever into championship contenders. Caitlin Clark, a rising star. Clark has already made waves.
You can tell the Fever got an upgrade at coach just from hearing Stephanie White speak, because they are going to be formidable next. She discussed communicating with Caitlin Clark and wanting to help mold her into a leader to win multiple championships. And you can see when Stephanie White discusses the team that there is a level of excitement behind what she's saying.
High basketball IQ and jaw-dropping skills. Her ability to adjust to the league has been nothing short of remarkable. White compares her impact to some of the greatest players ever, saying, "Caitlin doesn't just belong in the spotlight, she is the spotlight." With Clark leading the charge, White believes they can win not just one, but multiple championships. Stephanie White's leadership vision. White's approach to coaching is a stark contrast to her predecessor, Christy Sides. Where Sides struggled to connect with players, White excels in building.
Just being there to help her navigate some of the things that she's navigating. I don't think that any one of us can really probably understand, what she goes through on a daily basis. She carries a heavy load, right? With our league and with her abilities, certainly. But where we are from this tipping point in the WNBA and from popularity, I say she's like Taylor Swift 2.0.
Clark's. From her first day on the job, White has made it clear that this is a new era for the Fever. Building around Clark. Under White, the Fever's strategy revolves around Clark's unique abilities. Her court vision, clutch shooting, and leadership will be central to a revamped offense. But White also sees Clark as more than a player, she's a future leader. White is committed to helping her grow both on and off the court, saying, "It's not just about..."
Several players pulled up to attendance of this press conference, and y'all know it wasn't going to be no press conference without Caitlin Clark being there. And I'm here to tell you, she showed up. Judging by these photos right here that are circling around online, I can let you know for sure Caitlin Clark mean business about this 2024 season, because she ain't leaving no stones unturned. She is there every step of the way, watching Kelly and making sure, Stephanie and them is doing what's right. And I'm telling you right now.
Also sees Clark as more than a player, she's a future leader. White is committed to helping her grow both on and off the court, saying, "It's not just about winning games, it's about building a legacy, addressing key challenges." As White sets her sights on a championship, she faces some immediate challenges. Forward Nalissa Smith recently expressed frustration about feeling underappreciated, sparking concerns about team dynamics. Meanwhile, standout guard Kelsey Mitchell's free agency looms large. Mitchell was a cornerstone of last season's successes, and retaining her is crucial for the team's future. White is determined to tackle these issues head-on, fostering open communication and ensuring every player feels valued. Her goal is clear: to build a united, motivated team that can compete at the highest level. A bright future ahead. The Fever's future looks promising. With Caitlin Clark at the center.
The new Fever regime is very impressive and seems very supported. What I mean by the latter is Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Lexi Hull, all in attendance to see their new coach, Stephanie White.
The highest level. A bright future ahead. The Fever's future looks promising. With Caitlin Clark at the center, White has the tools to turn the team into a powerhouse. Players like Aaliyah Boston and Lexi Hull have already shown signs of thriving under her guidance, and the excitement surrounding the Fever is palpable. Fans are buzzing with anticipation, wondering if this could be the year the Fever make a deep playoff run, or even contend for a championship. One thing is certain: Stephanie White and Caitlin Clark are a duo to watch. Together, they're not just aiming to win, they're setting out to redefine the game. The Indiana Fever's new head coach, Stephanie White, has stepped into her role with a clear mission: to transform a struggling team into championship contenders. At the heart of her plan is Caitlin Clark, the
22 years old, and Caitlin. But she's, I've coached Michael Jordan, I coached Isaiah, I coached Dominique Wilkins. I mean, and then with the Dream Team, we had all of them. She's of that caliber in the women's game, which is of the highest quality. I love the women's game. What's your approach when you're coaching greatness like that?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, just talking basketball, right? Just having general basketball conversations about what she's watching, what she likes, what are some of the things that what are some of her thoughts from, not just what the Indiana Fever have done, but from the game of basketball in general.
To her role with a clear mission to transform a struggling team into championship contenders. At the heart of her plan is Caitlin Clark, the rising superstar who has already begun redefining what it means to excel in the WNBA. With White's leadership and Clark's unparalleled talent, the Fever are entering an exciting new chapter that promises big changes and even bigger achievements. A generational talent. Caitlin Clark has been hailed as a player who comes along once in a generation. Her transition from college basketball to the WNBA was seamless, as she quickly proved she could not only keep up but dominate at the professional level. White has been watching Clark's career for years, describing her as the kind of player every coach dreams of working with. She doesn't just belong in the spotlight, White said in a recent interview. She is the spotlight. Clark's strengths are undeniable: her court vision, her ability to knock down impossible shots, and her leadership on and off the floor. But White sees something even greater, a future where Clark isn't just an extraordinary player but a team leader capable of guiding the Fever to multiple championships.
About the great point guards and post players that our game, not just our league, but our game has seen, they are going to go as the greatest. And I'm excited about the opportunity to work with them. I'm excited about the opportunity that we have to build from those starting points and build out, and for the longevity that those two could have in Indiana, in Indianapolis, and hanging banners in this building. All of those things are so exciting. The future's really bright, and I'm just glad to be a part of it.
A future where Clark isn't just an extraordinary player but a team leader capable of guiding the Fever to multiple championships. For White, Clark isn't just the centerpiece of the team, she's the foundation for a dynasty. Stephanie White, a coach with a vision. Stephanie White brings a fresh perspective to the Indiana Fever, replacing former head coach Christy Sides, whose rigid, one-size-fits-all approach often stifled creativity and growth. White is the polar opposite. She emphasizes collaboration, mutual respect, and a tailored strategy that plays to each player's unique strengths. Since taking the reins, White has made it clear that this is a new era for the Fever. It's not just about winning games, it's about building a legacy, she said. Her approach goes beyond X's and O's. She's focused on creating a culture where players feel valued, motivated, and empowered. That starts with Caitlin Clark. White's commitment to Clark is evident in the way she speaks about her. She frequently compares her to the greats of the game, even drawing parallels to legends like Michael Jordan. But White isn't just about words, she's taking action to ensure Clark has the resources, support, and freedom to thrive. For White, coaching...
I spoke with Caitlin last night, and I think just overall excitement. I have been watching Caitlin play since she was an 8th grader, when I was coaching at the college realm and covering her games in college, and just an exciting time for me. Very excited to be working with her and this young team.
Not to mention, there's some pretty cool symmetry. You wore number 22 for the Indiana Fever. I mean, maybe it's too soon to say, but you could potentially be coaching the last player to ever wear 22 for the Indiana Fever. That's pretty cool.
Frequently compares her to the greats of the game, even drawing parallels to legends like Michael Jordan. But White isn't just about words, she's taking action to ensure Clark has the resources, support, and freedom to thrive. For White, coaching Clark is about more than developing her skills, it's about building a partnership. Challenges on the horizon. While the potential for success is high, White faces significant challenges as she reshapes the Fever. One pressing issue is repairing the relationship with forward Nalissa Smith, who recently expressed frustration about feeling undervalued. Smith is an undeniable talent with the ability to be a game changer, but her comments have sparked tension among fans and raised questions about the team's culture under previous leadership. White has addressed the issue head-on, emphasizing the importance of communication and mutual respect. "We're all part of the same team, and we win together," she said during a recent media session. By fostering open dialogue and showing Smith that her contributions are appreciated, White hopes to
The floor for us. She makes tough buckets. She gives us another option on the floor to run our off-ball screening action for. She gives us another player that can play with the ball in her hands in the two-man game. She just has a really high IQ and understanding of the game.
Smith that her contributions are appreciated. White hopes to turn this situation into an opportunity for growth, both for Smith and the team as a whole. Another critical challenge is securing guard Kelsey Mitchell, whose free agency could leave a significant gap in the Fever's roster. Mitchell was a cornerstone of last season's successes, serving as a reliable scorer, playmaker, and leader on the court. Retaining her is not just a priority, it's essential. White understands that Mitchell's presence is about more than her stats. It's about maintaining the core leadership the Fever need to contend at the highest level, building around Clark. Under White's leadership, the Fever's game plan revolves around Caitlin Clark's unique abilities. She's not just a scorer, she's a playmaker who makes everyone around her better. Players like Lexi Hull and Aaliyah Boston have already credited Clark with elevating their games, and White is determined to maximize her impact. White is crafting an offense designed to highlight Clark's strengths, from her ability to read the floor to her knack for delivering in clutch moments. But it's not just about basketball strategy, it's about creating...
Clark was fired up all day on Friday. First, obviously, the big news, Stephanie White hired by the Indiana Fever, the new head coach, something Caitlin Clark clearly agrees with. Clearly, Caitlin Clark has respect for head coach Stephanie White, respect that is mutual, and she wasn't hesitant to show it, right? You know, as soon as the news came out on the Fever side of things, she's writing "Fever Show" in the Instagram comment, and you can almost hear her say that, like that enthusiasm.
In clutch moments. But it's not just about basketball strategy, it's about creating an environment where Clark can grow without the pressure of carrying the team alone. White's approach allows Clark to conserve energy, sharpen her skills, and lead without overexerting herself. A new era for the Fever. The buzz surrounding the Fever is undeniable. Fans are excited not just about Clark's potential but about the culture White is building. Her passion for the game and belief in her players are infectious, and it's clear that she's setting a new standard for the franchise. White has even hinted at plans to bring in complementary pieces that will enhance Clark's game and help the Fever compete at the highest level. While White is focused on the present, she's also thinking long-term. She sees a future where players like Clark and Boston aren't just stars but legends who hang championship banners in the Fever's arena. The future is bright, White said. And I'm just glad to be a part of it. The path ahead. As the Fever prepare for the 2024 season, the stakes have never been higher.
But I also feel like, you know, we see the game the same way. We both love the game. We're both competitors. And so I think it's going to be a smooth transition. And I'm really looking forward to it.
White's ability to navigate challenges like Smith's frustrations and Mitchell's free agency will test her leadership early on. But if there's one thing White has proven throughout her career, it's that she thrives under pressure. With Clark at the center of the team's vision, the Fever have the potential to do more than just make the playoffs. They could redefine what success looks like in the WNBA. Fans are already buzzing with anticipation, wondering if this could be the year the Fever finally make their mark on the league. One thing is certain, with Stephanie White and Caitlin Clark leading the charge, the possibilities are endless. Together, they're not just aiming to win, they're aiming to rewrite history.